lesson today,
Yeah,
Wayne?
yeah, I'll do the
Good,
lesson.
because it's a good one today.
I'm gonna do the what is and then the lesson two.
The what is and the lesson.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love it. All right, we're live on YouTube, so I'm turning it over to you, Rev Wayne Stills. This mic is all yours. And hi,
Today,
Linda.
yeah,
Hi, Bob.
yeah, I'll
Good
do
to
the
have you
lesson.
guys. It's a good one today.
I'm gonna do the what is and then the lesson two.
The what is and the lesson.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love it. All right, we're live on YouTube, so I'm turning it over to you, Rev Wayne Stills. This mic is all yours. And
All right,
hi,
today,
Linda. Hi,
yeah,
Bob.
yeah, I'll
Good
do
to have you
the
guys. It's a good one today.
maybe, Lynn, do you hear that? All right.
I had every mic open possible. I can't even believe it. We could heard a whole hour of that repeating,
It's something funny. Yeah. All right,
like
so,
looking in the infinity mirror. All
yeah.
right, there you go, Wayne.
Very
It's
good.
all
Okay,
yours
good.
now.
Okay, good. Hey everyone, how you doing? It's good to be here. It's Reverend Wayne Seal for Miracles Everywhere. Miracles everywhere. Miracles are everywhere because as long as your consciousness is, as long as you know you have a mind, which you have one, and as long as you know you are a mind, then you can change your mind, change your viewpoint, and then that's a miracle. Miracles wherever you are, as long as you can express love, you have a miracle with you, and you are one. All you do is express yourself in terms of love, express yourself in terms of compassion, in terms of peace, in terms of joy, and uh, and choose to. You have to just choose to every moment of your life, every moment you live, choose joy, choose peace, choose pleasure. It becomes easier as life goes on, and it becomes more fun, and then it becomes a way of life. You know, and you're just laughing at everything. It helps them put a soundtrack out there, put a soundtrack of laughter. Little tricks like that sort of help me at least. When something stupid happens, I put the soundtrack up there, and it happens automatically. And then I'm in comedy, no matter what, I'm in a comedy, and all's well that ends well. It doesn't have to always be funny, but I know it's gonna end well. That's the important thing, you know. And any moment can be the end. So, and every moment ends well. Every moment ends well. Every moment ends well. It's a good name for a book, I guess. Every moment ends well. Maybe a chapter in the book. Yeah. I'm gonna play today's lesson. I have to wait here. It seems I'm sharing sound. Oh, yes, no, there. Okay. There you go. All right. Sounds been shared. I'm gonna start with what is Christ. I'm gonna start with the what is. What is Christ? This is the first thing. Section 6. There's one number 6. What is Christ? And let's play a little something. Start with. Here's something funky to put in the background.
A little bit.
You
There we
hear
go.
that? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
coming.
hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's low, but I hear it. 'Yeah, that's good.
Six. What is the Christ? Christ is God's Son as He created Him. He is the self we share, uniting us with one another and with God as well. He is the thought which still abides within the mind that is His source. He has not left His holy home, nor lost the innocence in which He was created. He abides unchanged forever in the mind of God. Christ is the link that keeps you one with God and guarantees that separation is no more than an illusion of despair, for hope forever will abide in Him. Your mind is part of His, and His of yours. He is the part in which God's answer lies, where all decisions are already made and dreams are over. He remains untouched by anything the body's eyes perceive, For though in him his Father placed the means for your salvation, yet does he remain the self who, like his Father, knows no sin. Home of the Holy Spirit, and at home in God alone, does Christ remain at peace within the heaven of your holy mind. This is the only part of you that has reality in truth. The rest is dreams. Yet will these dreams be given unto Christ to fade before his glory and reveal your holy self, the Christ, to you at last. The Holy Spirit reaches from the Christ in you to all your dreams and bids them come to him to be translated into truth. He will exchange them for the final dream which God appointed as the end of dreams. For when forgiveness rests upon the world, and peace has come to every son of God, what could there be to keep things separate, for what remains to see except Christ's face? And how long will this holy face be seen, when it is but the symbol that the time for learning now is over, and the goal of the atonement has been reached at last? So therefore let us seek to find Christ's face, and look on nothing else. As we behold his glory, will we know we have no need of learning, or perception, or of time, or anything except the holy self, the Christ whom God created as his Son. Lesson 272. How can illusions satisfy God's Son? Father, the truth belongs to me. My home is set in heaven by your will and mine. Can dreams content me? Can illusions bring me happiness? What but your memory can satisfy your Son? I will accept no less than you have given me. I am surrounded by your love, forever still, forever gentle, and forever safe. God's Son must be as you created him. Today we pass illusions by, and if we hear temptation call to us to stay and linger in a dream, we turn aside and ask ourselves if we, the sons of God, could be content with dreams when heaven can be chosen just as easily as hell, and love will happily replace all fear.
Love will replace fear. What do you think, Len? Well, you ready for this to happen? Love will replace fear, Len. I also like the line, Christ is the only reality. The rest is all dreams. Lynn, are you there? I think you're muted.
Yes, yeah, I'm right here. Yeah.
Okay. I was looking at the one below you, so I wasn't sure if you were muted or not. But Christ is the only reality. The rest is all dreams.
Yeah. And isn't that, I mean, that's what I've
So,
come to actually understand now. I really see that as the truth. Everything here is a dream.
yeah, the only reality is the Christ within. And then, but it's so close, Christ. It's so close to us. It's not as if it's far away. So it's not a problem.
Yeah, and it's really interesting. I've been really seeing this a lot lately. And a funny thing is for some reason my husband, he likes to watch these shows. Okay, so um I last night he was watching the show The Sopranos, and you probably know it, or maybe have seen
I
it. I don't
watched
know.
I watched a minute.
Okay, so
Yes.
I'm trying to go to sleep, and he's watching The Sopranos, right? And it's very hard to go to sleep when something like that is going on because there's a lot of drama and
Yeah.
violence and that kind of stuff. He's watching he watched Fargo, all the different Fargo.
Fire. That's funny. Lily, that's funny. Actually,
Yeah, it is funny.
Sopranos kind of funny too.
Yeah, it can be very funny. And also The Blacklist, he really likes that show.
That's
So he's
interesting.
watching all these shows about, crime and violence and lots of crap
I
happening.
think he get along with me and my daughter at night.
Yeah, yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to go to sleep and he's watching this. And what I've been doing, watching my mind a lot about how I get drawn into the story. And so last night I'm trying to go to sleep and I'm hearing these stories and I'm getting drawn into the story and I'm asking myself, am I really interested in this? Am I so interested in this that would rather listen to this than go to sleep? And am I in control? Who's in control of this? Is there someone else here who's making me do this? No, I'm doing this myself because I can't stop myself from wanting to uh, hear and see what's going on. And so I really had to, and I was like couldn't figure out, I mean, I put on my headphones and listened to some music and I'm thinking, is that the only thing that I can do is just block it out somehow? And I'm still attracted to because every time I hear a loud noise on the screen, I'm like perking up and looking up. And so I'm not getting any sleep for like 2 nights in a row from this watching of these shows. And it really hit me. Yeah, I would rather be caught up in the story and interested in the uh, what seems to be going on here, rather than to be resting and being in peace. I recognize that it's my own desire. I mean, if he would, and I know that's true because
You have to pull an Elvis and shoot the TV.
yeah, yeah. Oh, he did that once, by the
Yeah,
way.
yeah, no, I'm saying that's what you do. Pull an Elvis, shoot the
Yeah,
TV.
yeah. No, my husband did that one time.
Good. That's pretty
He shot
wild.
the
Yeah.
TV. It was the only TV we had, and he shot it. So
All right,
with a
good.
BB, but it's still
Uh,
not. Still destroyed the TV. But
yeah.
but what I realized is that then like if he was ready to go to sleep, he still has to want to have the TV on. He wants to hear the noise of it, I guess, or
I get
whatever.
the
So he still wants to have the TV on. So then he puts on like some nature show about the ocean and whales and everything all real calm, and then I can go to sleep and I realize why am I not as interested in this as I am in this story? And I realize it's because that's what I want to see. So these are the illusions that I am wanting to see and would rather see than the truth or to see the peace that is what,
Definitely. It's much harder to see stuff that we don't want to experience peacefully.
yeah,
It's much harder, even though it's an illusion. The nighttime when you become lucid in a dream, you want to, you don't just let things happen. You tend to want to do things and get things done and change the dream. Because still, the dream is still, there's an element of no control, nevertheless, because the dream is still set up in a certain way.
yeah,
And it's not as if when you get loose in the dream, it becomes blank and white, like the Matrix. It's where it's all white and you can and you're setting everything up from scratch. When you get lucid in a dream at night, what happens? You become aware that you're dreaming, but everything around you sort of stays the same. You're just in the situation much differently than you were a moment ago.
yeah,
Now you're
yeah,
in a much more powerful way. Now I can get what I want. Now I can go. Now I'm gonna go gangbusters again because now I'm aware that I'm dreaming.
right. And I don't have to, yeah, and I don't have to worry about the outcome,
Exactly.
which
There's
is
no stakes here at
the
all.
case too now. And we don't have
Exactly.
to worry about the outcome. And in fact, that's the thing that's so beautiful about it all is that since it is a dream and it's already over, you don't have to worry about the outcome or how am I going to do this or what's going to happen or anything like that. And it is a lot, I found myself in so much more peace since I gave up trying to change the dream.
Yeah.
Since I gave up trying to repair the dream, I found myself in a much more peaceful place.
Yeah,
So that,
the way to be successful is you be delusional and have audacity.
yeah,
Then that's how you be successful. Be just a little delusional and have a little audacity. And that's then you'll be successful.
yeah.
You know, so who knows anything less or anything more, then you run into some real uncertainty and pride. Most likely, yeah.
Yeah, and it's true. I mean, the course tells us there's nothing to fear. And so, all these things that I look at that I think are fearful, obviously, I have made them up and given them all the power they have to upset me.
Exactly. It's the construct that you put there and you made it really solid. So when you became lucid, you couldn't change it. Well, you can change it if you wanted, but you couldn't really uproot it completely. It's part of
Right.
the storyline that you put there, so you can actually have fun, perhaps, or at least experience a new experience when you're lucid.
Well, yeah, but it's still the experience of a body.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
never an experience of not a body.
Yeah, well,
Still the experience of a body with the
it-
limitations of a body.
exactly.
Even if it can fly, it's still limited. I can't connect to all things in the body through
Well, there's consciousness in the body.
yeah,
Sounds weird, but you can't have consciousness without being conscious of something.
yeah, that's right.
So it's like consciousness.
That's right.
You have to have awareness. A minute awareness got into the picture. A minute consciousness got into the picture. That was duality.
That's it. And that's where we think we find ourselves, but
Yeah,
we're not there at all.
no. But the problem with that is then where are we? And we're in some sort of strange. I saw on TV once where the guys that said that we're very biased to our type of life form. Rocks last a lot longer than us.
Right. Yes. And rocks are just as alive as we are and have a consciousness. We just don't experience that consciousness because we can't communicate with rocks.
No, yeah,
But
exactly. We just consider them to be less free than we are because they can't move.
right.
And they can't. They sit there. If I had to sit there like that, I'd be bored. I'd be bored as hell.
Yeah.
I can
No.
move. But the Rockets like, yeah, well, yeah, you'll be dead in 20 years.
Yeah. And the rock has not even been the same because rocks they aren't just a thing that they are formed from different things,
Right.
from, all
Yeah.
sorts of things
Yeah.
form rocks. So,
So
uh,
they maintain their structure.
yeah, but I mean, there's rocks that change. They do metamorphize, and they become. In fact, there's metamorphic rocks. There's rocks that came from being overheated in the earth and become like volcanic rock, and there's rocks that are formed by sedimentation, just dirt just falling down, falling down, falling down in the ocean, and being so compacted by the pressure of the ocean that it becomes like a rock. And then the next thing comes up, the movement of uh, the plates, the tectonic plates, and the next thing you know, that ocean is at the top of the Rocky Mountains. I don't know if you ever knew that or you ever saw that,
I
but
never.
you could go to the top of the Rocky Mountains, which I live here in Colorado, to the highest mountains in the world and find fossils of fish that lived millions of years ago on the ocean floor, in the ocean. I mean, the ocean floor is up high in the sky here because I mean the movement of everything. So nothing is static. Nothing is static. It's always moving.
Not in time. Time is not even static.
No.
I mean, I've always found it very interesting. I said to myself, well, let me ask you, everyone says that we're older now than we've ever been. So I go back, 2,000 years ago, they must have been very young, right? I mean, must have been very, they died like 30, 40 years old, must have been, right? If you were walking around 2,000 years ago and you were 30 years old, you were pretty old. Now it's 80 years old, so 2,000 years ago must have been really young.
Yeah,
But Jesus was considered young at 30.
right.
So why is that?
Yeah,
He should be considered at least middle aged.
exactly. And the fact, that's so interesting about Jesus, because back in those days, if you were a single man at that age, there's something wrong. They expected you to get married and have children.
Yeah,
Uh,
especially if you were Messiah
yeah,
represented. Yeah, it was a strange. It was strange for the Messiah of the Jewish people to be a single guy.
yeah, yeah.
You
I mean,
know,
that was part of their culture was,
yeah, he's single. Holy shit! You know,
yeah.
but he was a member of the ACIM tribe.
Yes, yes, that's what we understand.
Yeah.
So, but that doesn't mean that he didn't. I mean,
But
they believed in getting married too, I believe. I don't know.
no, I
But
think they might have been more ascetic though. They might have been more like they probably had more people who because I know he once said he has a quote Jesus where he says you can be you can get married or you can be a eunuch if you want. It's up to you. He said
yeah,
so as those who can hear this, but you can be a eunuch. He said I would have been like I'll do the first thing, but who knows? There's people out there. So that was obviously something that he was a tradition from where his culture, from his sect.
yeah.
You know,
I guess it must have been acceptable to
yeah.
some extent. I don't even know because I don't know about these. I wasn't there. I don't think then.
No,
If I was, I don't remember it. So
maybe we
I
were
don't know.
there. Maybe you were Mary.
Yeah, I was there somewhere.
If I was one of the apostles, I think I was Peter.
And you know what? If I was, I had a vision, like not a dream because I was wide awake, but it was in the daytime, and I was with a group of people, and we were meditating, and I saw myself as Jesus's grandmother,
Hmm.
and I saw from the time that uh, my daughter said she was going to have a baby till he grew up. I saw it all like in one time. Uh, you know how you remember the past, and so I was like, wow, I've never even imagined that's crazy. Where did that idea come from? So after we came out of that meditation, I was like, the strangest thing happened to me, and here's what I was seeing. Like I was Jesus's grandmother, and they're like, "Oh my God, you're the reincarnation of
Oh, really?
Saint Anne." And then of course it turns out, which this blows me away. There's a whole cult of people that are like devoted to Anna, Jesus's grandma, and there's like books and stuff, all kinds of stuff about her. I'm like,
They think you're that. They think you're her.
well, I don't think so. They thought I was because I saw all
That's
that.
great. You're the object of their cult now. That's kind of cool, I
Yeah,
guess. I don't know what happens. I don't know what that's like.
I am. No, please.
Yeah.
That would be sick. That would be very. I don't. I don't know anything. How do I know? But I also know that we're all. It's our dream. We're all here. We were all there then. So we weren't individual people like we're not individual people now, but we think we are.
No, we're not. We're not.
Well, we're just a dreamer, dreaming a dream.
It was just the lesson the other day about how we are the Son of God. Perfect Son of God is the shared self.
Yes, exactly.
Is the shared self that is the Son of God. It's not the individual. It's the shared self is the Son of God. So and that it is the perfect Son of God. And
Yeah.
it's not some sort of Son of Man, Son of God thing. It's perfect Son of God.
Not lacking, not broken, nothing. Just complete and
Right.
whole.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Complete and healed and whole.
Yeah.
Oh
I, think
yeah.
I played Peter in a show back in this church, this giant church in Manhattan. It was and we had this idea that he was very what do you call it? Very not inspirational, but he was very
like
very impulsive.
uh,
Very impulsive. That was the main characteristic that I worked with.
oh, Peter, yeah.
Peter, very impulsive.
He was, but
Yeah.
I mean, he's first off, Paul never ever met Jesus, wasn't even one of the
No,
apostles,
right,
had
right.
no idea, had never met him, like completely, he was oppressor of Jews and Christians, whatever.
Yeah.
Uh, and then he had his like revelation, got knocked off the horse and became like,
He literally got knocked off his high horse.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, and then he became the expert, and everybody followed what he had to say,
Yeah.
which it really was completely different than what apparently Jesus said. But
Yeah,
that's
you should try this, London. That's what I've done. It's really wild.
yeah.
But put this in GPT and say, what would the Bible teach if Paul's teachings were ripped out of the Bible?
Ooh,
And then say, what would the Bible teach if Paul's teachings were the only thing in the Bible?
oh,
You have two different Bibles.
oh yeah. Wow. Oh, you ran that through Chat GPT and
Yeah,
got answers for that?
yeah. This Bible is much more about community and the good deeds. And then Peter, the Gospel of Peter and First John, Second John, Third John. Those are all in. Those are all in it.
Right,
And the Book of Revelation was not in it either.
right, right. Because that had nothing to do with any of it. That was like,
Exactly, exactly. And then I had the other one was the teachings of Paul and all the letters of Paul. And that was it.
wow.
And then it came out was much more about the resurrection, much more focused on the the blood of Christ and heaven and hell.
Yeah.
Wasn't basically on heaven really. He doesn't say hell too much, believe it or not.
No, no, not a whole talk. Not a whole lot of hell talk there. That was something definitely made up.
Yeah, yeah,
But
much more heaven. But
yeah.
it's different though. It's a different theology, pretty much.
Yeah, totally different. Yeah.
And it didn't take me about a half hour to do this. Once I realized how to do it, so you should give it a shot. You'll have fun.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
well, I see that. See, there's a lot of interest about, why we're using AI and Chat GPT and stuff like that. But I think that's a real valid way to do it, to kind of say, what would this be? What is, because I've done that too. How do the teachings of healing in A Course in Miracles compare to the teachings of healing in Mary Baker Eddy's Science
yeah,
and Health?
yeah,
And got back, caught pretty much the same thing actually.
yeah.
So, I mean, because, but that's kind of, I appreciate doing that kind of research, but that the other thing people are using,
Joe Goldsmith. Joe Goldsmith. He's very similar as well.
yeah, it's Joel
Yeah,
Goldsmith and
as soon as I feel like he read it, and, he had an advanced copy of the book.
oh
It's
yeah.
in time and space. He went and came to the 70s and got the book.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, he died right before. And I see Linda has her hand up. I was just gonna say though, Kurt Morrow, who Prudence plays on Sunday nights, he was a student of Joel Goldsmith, and Joel Goldsmith died in 1964, and Helen started hearing the voice in 1965, and Kurt Morrow was convinced that it was the same voice that Joel Goldsmith heard, which I believe true as it true. Linda, please go ahead.
I guess I should put my face up here. I just want to thank you both. I have to leave. And I saw that you had Joel Goldsmith's one of the books up on screen.
Uh-huh.
And are you going to be doing that shortly?
Let's see. We do let me show you what we got here. We do the Art of Meditation we do on Friday mornings.
Right.
And then the other one, the Thunder of Silence, we're doing the third or fourth Tuesday of the month. I
Okay.
think it's the
Yeah.
fourth Tuesday evening of the month.
I got your new program and everything, and I'm putting it on my calendar. But I just noticed you had put up a chapter here, chapter 3, was posted here during
Oh,
our conversation. So I wondered if maybe something special was coming up later.
yeah.
Um, so, like I said, I do have to leave, but I'm practicing this week, and I wanted to ask. Sometimes I come in late or in the middle, and is that okay as long as my I mute?
Oh, it doesn't matter to me at all.
Oh, I
Just
saw a note about someone disturbing something and be careful and whatever, and I always am very careful,
oh
but I just
no,
wanted to double check
not
that
here. You're not going to
okay,
do that
okay,
here, huh? No,
okay,
no.
great.
You come when you want. You
You
put your hand up
you
when you
you'd,
want.
you'd sing your way into the place. I won't.
Yeah, this here is a free for all.
Okay.
This here
And
is free.
I just want to thank you, Lynn, for everything. I just so appreciate me being on your reading. Everything is just great. You've got me on the list and I'm getting the reruns and all those good things. So and I'm kind of joining you as much as I can right now, just so I can establish a pattern. I'm in one of those places where I've kind of been going down with politics and all that stuff.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm trying to get my AA sponsor used to say, patient, persistent practice. And so it's always been difficult for me.
Yes,
Um,
yes,
so
yes.
I'm working on the discipline right now. So you are one of my top priorities. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of tell you that and how grateful I am that you're here,
Thank you.
and everyone else here too. I mean, I just enjoy it all. And actually, on the Bible, I'm not a Bible person, but I heard a person yesterday say, if you want to find a little bit of humor in the Bible, read the Aramaic. It's a person who studied the Aramaic
Oh,
heavily, anyway, which is
obviously.
supposed to be the original anyway. But who knows? It's all a story, right? And we
It
get to
is
do
all
whatever
this.
we want to with it.
That's it
Absolutely.
exactly.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
if you read the Bible in the Aramaic, you find out that the words like hell, indefinite, eternal hell, don't say eternal hell. They say things like ongoing.
yeah. Well, there is no hell in my mind.
Oh,
So,
of course
and
not.
like I said, this is what I try to give to everyone communicate with is it's all what you want it to be because
Yeah.
it's your story, it's your dream, it's your whatever. And I had a girlfriend who I'm a practitioner at CSL, and she just wanted me to tell her she's going to go to heaven. She was dying, and I said, I said, I just I can't tell you what's going to happen. I don't know. And I said, I don't believe anybody knows, but I said, you can have it be whatever you want while you're here.
uh,
I said, this is your dream. Go ahead, And I think that anyway, that's kind of the only way I use the Bible is to say, yeah, sure, if you want to go there, you know, it's like even the Bible thumpers and all this, you know, go to it. If
yeah,
this is
really.
if
They're just looking to be
if this is what makes you happy, be
exactly.
happy. That's my Zen teacher said. Go happy.
Go happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
Well,
will see you guys around, and both of you. I
okay.
don't want to take up any more of your time,
Oh no,
but
this is fine. I do want to say though, a lot of people are getting, and recognizing we're saying politics, but
hmm
we're really not talking about politics at all. We're
hmm,
talking about culture,
yeah,
social things and culture.
yeah,
So, it's a society. It's
yeah,
the way that people are thinking.
yeah,
That are driving this, and it ends up in politics, and politics appears to be where the culmination of the power is, but really the culmination of the power is in my own thinking.
yeah,
So when I shift my thinking, recognize that it doesn't that none of this actually, I mean, this is not just a story that's happening now, it's a story that's been happening. And if you read
yeah,
history,
yeah.
see it's the same thing over and over and over
I'm
and over and
I'm
over.
trying to remember that one. Yeah, that one's been
Yeah.
good for me.
And
Yeah.
what's interesting about that is that it means that this has happened before, and so it's happened. Once something has happened, it was meant to be. It's always happened that way.
Yeah.
So something's happened before, then we're not really making we discover the truth more than we make up things as we go along.
Well,
Yeah.
even today's lesson was perfect. I want to thank you for that reading because, and my favorite 268 is, accept all
Yeah.
things exactly as they are. And,
Yeah.
it's, that fits in with my AA background too.
Yeah,
Acceptance is the answer to all my problems today.
yeah.
exactly.
And so anyway, I'm loving everything you're presenting, Lynn, and all of you on this ACIM gather is just amazing. I'm in love with Dove, of course, and
Aw.
so I'm doing that new class, and so I appreciate your schedule update today. It really helped me a lot, and
Well,
I'm
it's really funny because Christina was the one who she went through our schedule and she color coded everything and did all that stuff. And it was so sweet. And I'm like, "Yeah, nobody asked her to do that. You
yeah,
know,
You
I
see
didn't,
my friend Borstein?
yeah,
no, Christina, what is her last name? She writes, it's Christ,
Yeah,
or yeah,
yeah,
and then capital Tina. Christina.
yeah. My friend, you mean?
Is that your friend?
Yeah,
Okay.
the one that oh, yeah, the one that I brought in here, who comes on Thursdays.
I think she's no, I think this is the lady that's in, she's in, anyway, it doesn't matter. I think she's in the Netherlands or someplace.
That's
She's in
different. It's
someplace,
funny because she's supposed to CRIST also.
Hirschberg, Christina Hirschberg, her name is.
Oh no, that's not it.
Yeah, so, and she's just as sweet as she can be, and she's so helpful. But yeah, she did this. She went in and did all the color coding
Hmm.
because she was confused. She said, "This,
well,
everything
it's
confused."
really appreciated. It really is. And I wanted to say too, is it Bob that made the comment about the Bible and the course are part of the illusion? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
another one of my favorites. 189. You know, let it go,
yes,
leave it all alone, forget the course,
exactly.
forget everything. I try to remember and fall back into that one now and again too, because it's so beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for that,
So
Linda.
thank you all three, and I shall see you on down the road.
All right, later.
Okay. Take
Later,
care
Dana.
and blessings to all.
Thank you, Linda.
Yeah, yeah. Man,
All
we
right,
haven't started. We're running out
we're
of
gonna
time.
read.
We're running
I'm
out of
gonna read
time.
our book now.
Yeah, okay, we have 10 minutes.
All right. So we're reading The Way Beyond from Joseph Benner. It's one of the five books of the impersonal life. And so this one is the last one we read was The Way Out, and this one here is The Way Beyond.
That's
So
right.
we've got the life, we're out of the life, and we're beyond. So in our booklet, The Way Out, it was pointed the way to freedom from, here, let me move this so I can move things, from lack, limitation, inharmony, dis-ease, and unhappiness. And there is no excuse for any who faithfully follow the suggestions given to be any longer in such condition.
That's kind of wild. There's no excuse.
Yeah, there's no excuse. Yeah,
It should work. Especially saying it will work. It's up to you now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And this is just reminds me so much of there's a lesson, I think it was one of the 150s that says, if you're doing this right, you will be free from lack, limitation, inharmony, disease, and unhappiness. That it absolutely it's just so amazing to me because that's where you come into the still mind, and the still mind just sees that everything is just as it is, and nothing is missing and nothing's been broken. It's
Right.
all just perfect the way it is. And it doesn't matter what you think. Uh, your thoughts are not important in this venture.
How many times does the lesson in the course say, "Today you will be totally free"?
Yeah,
Today is the day that you will find your soul will become totally immortal and eternal. I mean, how many every lesson, every other lesson is that if you knew and understood the lesson right, you'd be totally free.
yeah,
But we understand that's why you can do the lessons over and over again. Every time you do it, you dig in deeper.
right. And it's a new lesson every time.
Exactly. It says listen to a song, and every time you hear it again for the first time.
Yeah, yeah, and it doesn't matter what your experience was before, you're going to get a new experience with it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've heard songs 1,000 times that I've heard music that I've heard when I was a kid. It's the
Yeah.
same song over and over again. It's 1,000. It was, when I want to hear that song, man, and it feels good. It feels good.
Yes.
You know, and
Yes.
it's the same thing. So I need to hear that lesson, man. Yeah, there it is. Yes, thanks.
Yeah. And I'm that way a lot with songs that I'll be playing and I'll just get uh maybe play it like you said, just put it on replay over and over and over
Yeah, my wife did
because I
that.
love to hear it so much.
Well, but she does, then she gets burnt on a song after a while, and
Yeah.
she never plays it again. But she does play it for like a month every day.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, but exactly. You can play a song, she grinds on it like that. But still, you play a song over and over again. You go back to the song, you go back to the song, you go back to the song, and you don't need to have any specifics to come at you. You just like the song,
Yeah.
you know.
That's it. That's it.
And whatever you get from and what it does is it raises your consciousness to a level where the choices you make are better choices. So whatever choices you're trying to, whatever choices you have to make in life, whatever challenges you want to overcome, you're coming from a more loving place you listen to that song.
Right, right. And people think, well, if you were improving every day, every day, every day, you would be just going up and up and up. But we're more like a slinky. We're
Yeah.
more like a spiral. We're improving, and it may seem like we're in the same place that we were last year, but actually we've gone up a little bit. We're just spiraling upward. So
We're like those turtles
yeah.
with the string.
So
Remember turtles with the string?
the what?
The turtles with the string?
Uh-huh. Oh
Remember?
yes, yes. Yeah, the turtles with the string.
Yeah, that's what we're
Yeah,
all.
that's what we are too. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, but yeah, but by the way, that was wrong. They grow up. They grow up to be huge.
Yeah, yeah, of
They
course.
grow up to be very huge turtles, and and they're fine. But so long as they do that, so that's actually nice. That's actually better. They don't die like that. So the string serves a good purpose. It keeps them, it enables them to grow up.
Exactly. Uh, Let me find that. Was that on?
Yeah,
Uh,
we taped that. You have that. Maybe
yeah,
we live streamed it.
yeah.
Yeah, it was. I don't remember. It was the Turtles. Actually, I want if you find it, that'd be great because I know that Ozzy wanted to see if she could put that on. If she can mess with that.
I'll have to find it
Yeah,
because yeah, that was
yeah, that was amazing when I saw that. I couldn't believe it. I was like, God, these turtles like that. Oh, that's just the dancing in place, you know, and
yeah, yeah.
and it was just an amazing metaphor. So that's us. We're moving,
Very
and
amazing.
in a sense, we're moving very slowly towards the goal.
Right. They have no idea they're not going anywhere. They're like
Exactly.
the
And
hamster wheel.
it means that they're growing up, and now and they're getting older. They're getting somewhere. They're just not getting somewhere in the way that they think.
Right, right.
They're growing up. If they didn't have those things on them, they wouldn't be growing up. Then they really going nowhere.
Exactly.
You think they're becoming
Exactly.
somewhere when they're banging into the wall.
That's so funny. I'll
Yeah,
have to find that.
it's kind of like the only way to get ahead is to be left back in schools and stuff. So it's
Oh
we're,
well. Okay,
we're,
I'm gonna read.
we're four
We have
minutes.
6 minutes to read. I'm just gonna read. All
Okay.
right. The booklet has reached scores of thousands of readers, and many have been lifted. This was in like the 30s or something. Many have been lifted by its truths into a new consciousness, and thereby into a new world where everything and everybody are changed, for they are seeing with new eyes and with different understanding. That is what appears no longer that which appears is no longer what it seemed, but the good and the real are now visible and can be seen shining through all conditions and people because they are now looked for, and the former negative tendencies are tabooed and not allowed to enter the consciousness. He's talking about thousands of people, and this is back in the, like I said, maybe 30s or something.
Yeah, his idea
Uh,
that it was going to catch on.
yeah.
people, and the negative will actually be poo-pooed upon.
Yeah. But I mean, I would love to see what happened to those people.
Yeah.
Where'd they go? All right. Would they, I mean, this before the war, maybe they all disappeared in the war or something, but
Yeah,
who knows?
maybe they're out there and we don't focus on them enough.
Exactly, exactly. Don't know. So he says, so this is not the case with all, of course, for a great number have not been able to conquer those tendencies which so long have been permitted to rule. The press of circumstances and the negative conditions everywhere manifest seemingly have been too much for them, and they have become utterly discouraged, not knowing that they actually have within themselves the power to rise out of these conditions, and that help is waiting the moment they awaken from their despondency and definitely determined to do the best they can to prove the truth of what was stated in the booklet. As for such that this new message, it is for such that this new message is written, with the earnest desire that all who read will be so inspired by its truths that they will make the necessary effort and will thus receive the good that has been waiting for them from the beginning. We first urge that everyone who reads procure a copy of The Way Out, which we just read before, if one is not already owned, and that it be studied carefully and prayerfully. It will do no good merely to read it, even to study it, unless what is given you is to do is faithfully tried until proven. That is, tried day after day in all your thinking, speaking, and acting for at least 1 month. So I think this is probably a good place to stop.
Yeah,
uh,
it's a see in a month.
yeah, really. Okay, I'll just finish this. If you will do it that long, we promise that such a change will manifest in your consciousness and likewise in your affairs, that it will be a turning point in your life, and you will never again return to the old way of thinking and acting. Is it not then worth the effort? Then do not let anything prevent your making a supreme effort, asking God to give you the strength and ability to accomplish what we have shown. And that, my friends, is what we're here for.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Uh,
Read lack of a better way of doing it, is just read the lessons. Just read the lessons.
yeah, yeah.
Just read something. You know,
Practice, practice, practice.
just and then don't get caught up in I didn't practice. I didn't practice. And then you don't practice because you get down on yourself. Don't beat yourself up.
No.
And the key, and then remember that every time you don't beat yourself up, that's practicing.
Yes.
Every
Yeah.
time you do something that you normally would beat yourself up for, and then you don't, that's practicing. That's
Yeah.
practicing. Yeah.
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 I mean, it's try. I mean, what you think you're gonna the first day you decide you want to be a runner, you're gonna run a marathon? No, you got to go out there and run, run and run
A
and
short, short marathon. First go to the blocks, then I get past 10 blocks, and then if I got 10 blocks, I'd be a miracle worker. You know,
yeah. Oh, no kidding.
you have to go to what you can do.
I mean, if I could even walk around the block, I'd be doing great.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah. So you just start with 2 blocks and then they work from there.
yeah,
Life is a marathon, and I always say I have a long way. It's nice to have Jesus as your measure, because I have a long way to go before I have His kind of power.
yes, yes,
And beating death is a nice measure.
yeah.
I can't beat a cold.
I know. I'm not in control of any part of it.
I'm pretty good with a cold. I'm okay with a cold, but I still have to fight it.
That's hilarious.
So, so I have a long way to go. I figure so it's all right. You know, I
How
mean,
funny.
all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for coming around. This is River Wayne Stills from Miracles Everywhere. Ladies, was fun, lots of fun. It was really a lot of fun.
I know. I appreciate you so much,
Yeah,
Wayne, and
it really was.
great.
I'm
I'm
glad
glad
I didn't go off the bananas this time. I stayed-
you did not go bananas. I hope you understand that.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah, yeah. Well, first
Uh,
off, we're bananas half the time.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, more than half the time. So,
And laugh at it as I normally do until afterwards. Actually, I listened to it, and one of the things I realized was that this was one of the few times it was kind of cool that I couldn't, no one could understand me anyway.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
The way I was talking, sometimes you can't understand me anyway, and that was one of those times. So it was okay. It was all right.
Well, I understand you because I listen very closely to what you say.
Well, also, I'm in your ear. When you're zooming with people, you're really close to their ears. You're right up in their face. And one of the problems I have is when I'm talking to a person who's like 10 feet away from me.
Yeah,
They can hear me.
right.
Because remember Ali when he used to talk very quietly, hey, how you doing? How are you? That's sometimes when I'm talking and I can't gauge as well as I used to have if a person hears me or not.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That is quite true.
It's just strange, but I'm talking like I can't hear a thing you're saying, Wayne. And this noise is hell for them. I can see they get frustrated. Like, can't you talk up? Like, then I would. So it's just very, very odd, very odd.
All
Uh,
right. I love you, man.
Dopamine is a very strange chemical. I gotta tell you.
That's it. All right, my dear, I'm going to stop this YouTube. Thank y'all for listening. Thank you for coming in, and we will continue this.